Good afternoon, everyone. Let's join our live stream as we speak. And I have Flora, my co-fundraiser, with me. And we're very delighted to have you with us for this live stream session. And today is a special day for both of us and for over 100 fundraisers around the world, but also for all the MDRT members and those that support our cause in terms of the charity, the foundation work that we do. And I just like to greet you all and just like to wish you well wherever you are. Let's join us on this live stream session. And this live stream is taking place on YouTube, Facebook, as well as LinkedIn. And I just like to ask first, Flora, how are you doing? And say hi to all the audience.
Hello, Kevin. Yes, no, I'm very excited to be here. It is such a special day today.
Yes, it is. It is a special day. I think that for us, you are the first time fundraiser, right?
Yes,
Yeah, the
absolutely.
same.
First time.
Yeah, the same with me. And it's actually also thanks to Kuba's Clan that prompted the question, and I just raised my hand, and also thank you for raising your hand, and we are doing this together, the two of us from South Africa, representing South Africa, but also Africa, and I just like to thank you and all the fundraisers out there that are doing this work today as we are working towards our goal of raising $500,000 today. And this, I think, this is the sixth year that MDRT has this MDRT Gives Day. And I've been contributing or donating in the past, but this is the first time I actually on the other side as a fundraiser. So this is quite an experience for me, and also for the last while, I think the last month or so, as we attended, those Zoom calls and getting to know about other fundraisers around the world. Certainly, we got to know what it means to fundraise on a global scale, and also meeting people and working with people from all different nations and different languages. And so, yeah, I think this MDRT Foundation certainly does a very good work and organization to bring people from around the world together for this great cause. And yeah, I think that, and I also received this cap, and I see you also have this cap, and that to me is a surprise. I didn't expect this to come, but now I know what it means to have a fundraiser, and we have this cap to indicate we are a fundraiser for this event. And I just like to acknowledge all the members out there, maybe that they are here with us, and maybe they will go and join us, but later, as I sent out the invitation for this live stream only like early today. So, but members certainly they can come back and watch later the recording. But let's just look at. I just want to go to the kind of what's the tally at the moment. I think that last time I saw the figure, it's like so far it has been raised about $150,000. So it's on a good kind of a progress towards that $500,000 mark. And Flora, I think that we have our WeChat, WhatsApp group, and I see that Kubus donated under your code, so that's great. Thanks, Kubus, for your donation. And is there anyone on your side that's donated?
Yes, I think I've got about 3 people so far that have
Okay.
donated to my profile. So
Yeah.
I've also just sent the communications to my groups
Yeah.
and that to just and then some of them they said no, they'll get back to it later on. So we are
Yes.
still
Yes.
holding thumbs that
Yeah.
they will at the end of the day get
Yeah.
back to us
Yeah.
and make their donations. So we still got a long day. So,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
also, the story about my cap, that I have
Yeah.
gladly. I only got mine, last night,
Yeah.
delivered. but so things do happen. Work in
Yeah,
Africa as well. I never thought it
yeah.
was gonna get to me on time, but eventually I got it delivered yesterday, which they did
Right.
actually phone me on Friday to say that
Yeah.
they have it. So they just need to make arrangements to bring it to me. So I'm grateful I have it. Thanks.
I think I might have got the notice on Friday as well because I was in Cape Town on business trip, and then I got a call to say something has arrived for me. I just asked reception to just keep it for me. Then I picked
Mm,
up on Monday. So yeah, and then it was nice to have this, and together with a thank you card, which
mm,
show their appreciation. So that's really it's a very special personal touch. I mean that the headquarters is in Chicago, and they actually managed to organize this for no matter where you are in the world. And I
mm,
think this, well, I really appreciate the honor, and this is a token of appreciation. Yeah, and yeah, from my side, yeah, I just want to acknowledge Hiren, and also Ibrahim, Talia, and also Derek that contributed, donated, and I just like to acknowledge their donation. Thank you very much. I'm sure as the day goes on, there will be more members as they finish the day, and they probably have been when in client meetings, and in between client meetings, or maybe after all the client meetings, then they will get back to this great cause and then makes donation. So yeah, we just halfway through the day, and there's
mm.
another 12 hours in South African on South African time still to do. So for to all the members out there, there's still many hours to go, and even if you donate on the last minute, 23:59, we will appreciate that. We accepted anyhow, and to support whatever the charity that you, or the charity that the MDRT Foundation decides to give grants. And I think that I've been Flora, I've been a MDRT member since 2016, and I think from year one, I've been donating. When I went to the annual meeting in Vancouver for the first time, yeah, and then there was a booth about MDRT Foundation. Um, I think I made a donation, and I went to our booth and I just made a small donation, and maybe got a pen or something like that. So yeah, and I think it's for all the MDRT members, as you get involved and you attend the meetings, then this start to become part of your way of life with MDRT. It's just like the whole person concept that it's not just about receiving or just working, but also we're giving back to the community that we serve.
No, absolutely. I think, every time when you go to the MDRT session,
Yeah.
you always get touched by the stories that are there. I mean, I went my first time in 2019,
Mm.
and then on that also they had, I think it was one year where there was also a grant that was awarded to an organization in Durban. I remember
Yeah.
that in South
Yeah.
Africa. So we then at that point I could see that these grants are actually, they do work
Yeah.
across, different countries around the world. And
Mm.
then the
Yes.
last one I went to, it
Yeah.
was a country in Philippines that got the 50,000
Yeah.
grant. So my experience has been,
Yeah.
we need to share, we need to give back, we need to
Mm.
contribute. There's so much, that is needed that we can do as, individual MTRT members, but together we can actually touch more lives with the contributions, however small it can be, but with whatever contribution that we are making, we are able
Yes.
to together give
Yeah.
back and be able to contribute positively.
Yeah. What you say about a contribution, and no matter how small, is right. Like if I can just think, if like every member donates $10, and then we
Mm,
have like 70,000 or 90,000 members around the world, then
mm,
then certainly we have exceeded the target.
mm.
So even just as little as $10, every person, if we can all just make that contribution, then we have made quite a difference to the charity, that we donate to. And I think that what you mentioned about the MDRT Foundation, the process, I think is quite. It's really it's by the members, and it's quite democratic in that sense. Like you can put forward your nomination and get the charity that you want to support to write the letter, to motivate and to explain what they do. And what my experience also shows that MDRT, they do listen to their member and they support their member in their charitable cause, and they have paid out grants. So that's certainly a wonderful experience. It's not just MDRT started out in America, but now it's a global organization, and they support charitable causes around the world. You mentioned about Philippines, you mentioned about South Africa. It's over the place, and I think that it's in a small way we impact people's lives. So I think that maybe it's let me start with my thank you with my charitable cause. I just want to maybe just share on this one here. The one I have been supporting for the last 3-4 years is an organization called Kulisa. So Kulisa Social Solutions, they're based in Rosebank, Johannesburg, South Africa, and they've been doing wonderful work for the last 25 years. And the founder is Leslie Ann, and she's originally from Netherlands, but she's a South African, and she's been doing great work in terms of helping people who have been marginalized in society, people who are homeless, people who are vulnerable, and they're working with the government and also the other NGOs and the partners to try to make a difference in people's lives, to make a positive impact. And I think that this was last year when I visited their office in Rosebank, and the next this is just some of their staff working in the admin office, and we just shared, we just took the photo. So that's Kulisa, and I think that let me just share with the audience about this video that's on YouTube about Kulisa, so that we can get a bit more context about what they do. Okay, I'm just going to the right. Okay, and that's, yeah, okay, just want to make sure. It's for the technology. Right, okay. So is it there? Are we seeing this? Okay, great. Okay,
Yes.
So let me just play this video.
People often ask me if what we do works. There is so much prevailing hopelessness, not only in South Africa but worldwide. We believe that sometimes the complexity of the challenges in our communities are larger than life. What Kulisa has demonstrated since 1997 is that change is always possible. If we are ever going to change our community systems, change the future of our country, change the future of our children, we have to look at how we can work together. Only once we get together and work in a collaborative, systemic way will we be able to effect wide-scale change. We have to look at the systems around individuals. There is so much hope, there's so much possibility, there's so much potential. But we will only be able to start achieving this when we start sharing, when we start talking, and when we have one common vision. Kulisa's work is looking at our being a catalyst in creating measurable, sustainable change where we can actually demonstrate the return on the investment. And it's not only the investment made by the investors or government, it's investment made by the very people that we're working with, because they too are part of the solution. We've been able to truly show that the most dismal circumstances can change. The possibility is everywhere. But we've only been able to do that when we've worked with different partners, we've worked with willing individuals, and where we've been able to bring innovation, inspiration, and opportunities into the workplace. Let's find out what's triggering the problems in our country, and together we will build a beautiful, prosperous, economically viable South Africa.
Jeremiah 15:16.
Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, just to share with you what Kulisa's they've been doing is just an intro video, and I got to know about them and was invited to the event many years ago, like 10, 12 years ago, and yeah, and they had some really powerful people in the social space. In community working with them. I remember once they invited Tuli Madonsela to give a keynote speech at one of the events, and I think that you know, like we in South Africa, we're a nation of you know, we moan about everything, you know, like complain, we know there's problems, you know, like right now it's a rolling blackout or load shedding, and there's water problem, and there's like you know, like crime and corruption, all that. But if you look at like an NGO, NPO like Kulisa Social Solutions, they're trying to make a difference. They want to impact and help, and give the message of hope, and then really do something to help people that are desperate, that's destitute, and I think that's why I chose them as my charity to support. And yeah, I think that because as an MDRT member, we can nominate a charity every 2 years. So I did that about 2 or 3 years ago, and they were given a grant of, I think, $500. And again, early this year, I also did the same, and they were also given a grant. So yeah, so they which helped them in a small way. But yeah, if you look at the rand, the dollar exchange rate, certainly that's every little bit helps. You know, so yeah, I think that I'm very thankful for the MDRT Foundation, and also that they support me in my cause, and really make some impact to the community in South Africa.
No, I must say it's really such you could see the work that is being done there. There's lots of challenges that, you know, the people in that area are faced with. And it's really, you know, it's not really about us just saying, you know, what can I get? It's to say that what can I also do to make a small contribution. So I must say, you know,
Right.
well done to you, Kevin, for making that contribution, you know, in supporting the people that you come across in your work life, you know, because these are the people that we get to get in touch with, see, and you see it's the suffering that is out there, and then you choose to do something about it. So thank you for that, Kevin.
Thank you. Yeah, and Flora, have you nominated a charity before? Is there some? Have you done something like this?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't nominated any charity, but I
Okay.
have identified one actually.
Okay.
That I found in Atteridgeville. So it's actually my client. So she's involved in it's an orphanage. So
Right.
so the one day when I went to see her, I could actually see the kids rush off to school in the morning, you know, and then in the afternoon they all rush back. So, but they are really doing a lot of good work there. But I haven't really you know, get to the process where I nominated them for a grant. But I think it's something that I need to work on for this year. To
I
apply.
mean, you have the opportunity and do that. You know, if So the process I went through is that I think on the website that you can. There's a window period where you can go and as a member you nominate. And provide details of that NGO or NPO, and I think then they require some kind of letter on the letterhead, and they want certain details to check, you know, to verify this legitimate charity organization, what they do, and then they will maybe do some background checks, and yeah,
Mhm.
once it's everything's tick all the boxes, I suppose, and then they will give the grant. So yeah, go ahead and do that. It's yeah. So maybe next year you'll come around and share with us the wonderful news.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Kevin. I plan to do that.
Yeah, okay. And I think that also globally, there's some, as we do our fundraising work and preparation, and there's some wonderful stories that's being shared and being videoed. And I think that Flora, I believe that you have a story you like to share about the child cancer, that where MDRT Foundation made a grant.
Yes, I think, there's lots of videos that the MDRT Foundation shows us as to know,
Yeah,
the charities that they support and also the grants that have been given. But this one specifically spoke to me about the Cancer Association. And the
right.
reason for that, why it touched me so much, is that obviously I lost my sister, at the age of 25 due to cancer.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was for me, it really spoke
Yeah.
to me when I saw the
Mm.
work that they are doing for
Yeah.
children, who are, affected by cancer. So this is
Yeah.
the one that I would like to share.
Okay, please. Let
Yeah,
me
let
just
me know when you can
yeah.
see my
Okay,
screen.
so can you share on your side?
Yes, I am sharing on my
Okay.
side.
All right. I'm just
Let me know.
yes. Now it's on the.
Let me know.
I can see it.
So I got started with Children's Cancer Association about 21 years ago. My daughter was diagnosed with cancer, and about 5 months through her treatment, they reached out and took her and my wife through a spa day. We have several different programs. The biggest program is called now Joy RX, and they have music therapists in the hospital. And when these kids go in for treatment, there's tremendous anxiety, obviously tremendous pain from time to time because chemo is not fun. But these therapists play music with the kids, and it's a big deal. One of the other passions that we have is the Oregon coast, and the carrying cabin is about a 4,000 square foot cabin on a private lake that was built all with donations. Then they have another program where basically they provide a friend in the hospital. So adults can volunteer and they become the child's buddy. These mentors become lifelong friends. So those are really the three programs that are involved, but they're dealing with thousands of kids a year now. The grants from MDRT have obviously always been a really, really special thing. And so we're grateful for that as well.
Yeah. So on that note, that's a great segue because I get to tell you that you're the winner of $50,000.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. We're so grateful. I love it.
It's such a great cause, and I'm so proud that you're part of us, part of the foundation and part of MDRT. And we just want to say thank you so much for all your work.
Thank you. I'm just speechless here. This just means so much. I mean, that's such a big deal, and you've always been supportive. And what we do. What we do. And,
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure to be able to share that news with you. And sorry I couldn't get through it without the tears, but it's an amazing thing.
I must say, This, this just touched me in some extraordinary ways, because I could just see that these children at least still got hope. They've got hope to hang on to, because, the foundation is actually doing something to help and support these children through this difficult time.
Yeah. No, that's really a powerful story, and it shows that the member can make a difference, but also that MDRT Foundation makes a difference in charity like this, cancer association, and that, and to make change in people's life, to make it easier for them. So that's really a wonderful story that's shared by you. And I think that cancer is a big, like if you look at around the world, cancer is huge. I mean, what I mean by is that a lot of people have been impacted or affected by cancer. If you look at the stats, we are in the life insurance industry, and we help clients with life insurance and rare disease cover, and that the probability of getting diagnosed is actually high, and I think that for the last few years, every year I always have at least one or two clients that's diagnosed with some kind of cancer, whether it's like breast cancer or like colon cancer, etc. And that is impacting people's lives in different ways, and it's a real challenge. And I think that so what MDRT can do to make difference in those children's lives, I think it's quite special.
Yeah, I must say, I agree to say that, we deal on the other side where, we insure people against, things like cancer and that. But you also see the other side of, the really the seriousness of this condition when people are sick, with the condition. And, what can we do, to just alleviate a bit of suffering from what they are going through with this condition. So cancer is definitely a real thing. Anybody, if you ask any client or anybody that you come across to say that you know of someone who have suffered from this condition, they will most probably say yes. They know of someone, either it's a neighbor, a friend, a colleague, because it's really, it is something that is impacting us all over the world.
Yeah, for sure. I think that let's maybe go on to a story that I've read about last year, and I think that's shared by Kubus. There's a story from South Africa and about his charitable organization that he supported, and I think let me just share now about that one. So let me just get ready for that. Okay. All right. You can see on the screen. Okay.
Yes.
So then I'm just going to play this, and let's listen to the story about this food and trees.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the charity Food and Trees for Africa?
They actually get these people to educate them, to train them, to create their own piece of land where they can plant food. And that food then serves the community. It is amazing. It gives me goosebumps when you go into these townships and you see how people don't have to beg always. How people can go out there and look after themselves. Our community can grow their own trees and make their own food. And you don't see growth of vegetables or growth of fruit. You see growth of people. You see people growing.
And it's my great pleasure on behalf of the MDRT Foundation to tell you that the Grants Committee have decided to fund the full amount of $5,000 for you. How does that sound?
Well, I want to show you my hair go up in my arms. And I really are getting cold shivers here, and I'm getting tears in my eyes, to be honest with you, because it's going to make a difference. I'm sorry, I'm emotional. I shouldn't be.
That's fine. That's what this is about.
MDRT Foundation, the MDRT grant will change people's lives.
Yeah, so that's a beautiful video, and Kubis is a great ambassador for our profession, but also for MDRT, and the charity or the organization he's supported, trees, trees and food and trees. I think that's wonderful. Like if we look at people around the country, and there are people who are unemployed, and people that doesn't know where the food is going to come from. But in terms of the initiative here is showing people that they can grow their own trees and food, and give meaning to their life, and also provide food for themselves. And then, so I think it's a great initiative. And then again, we can see there. So even though in wherever we are in the world, and in our own country, South Africa, we do have a lot of problems, and the media and the social media always talk about all the problems and the issues, but and yet I think that the media is not talking about these good stories more often enough. It's because only the bad news sells newspapers, but we should promote and let people know more about these wonderful organizations that do these wonderful work to uplift the people and community. Yeah, so
absolutely.
Well done to Kubis. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is such an amazing story, because it's really about the war against hunger. So, I mean, it's really, it's real to our South African context, to say that, there's a lot of people, when COVID came, a lot of people lost their jobs, even though government is trying to do something to give, grants and things like that, it's just not sufficient. So initiatives like that can really go a long way to feed the community where they are at, to make sure that everybody goes to sleep with healthy food that they plant in their backyard. So that is really an inspiring story. Thank you, Kubis, for that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's about, instead of giving someone fish, you teach them how to fish. So so once people learn how they can plant something and grow something and for themselves, then it's a skill acquired, and that can be helping them for lifelong. So that's certainly quite valuable. Yeah, so that's I just want to check my WhatsApp and see anything that comes up. Well, I got a message from Karen from MDRT Foundation. It says that South Africa is doing a wonderful job highlighting the global grants program. But I just like to acknowledge this, and thank you, Karen, for the opportunity that we can serve and also be part of this great initiative on this special day. Okay. Any other thoughts from you, Flora, before I share the next story from another country around the world?
Yeah, I think, what, we are really a global network. It's amazing what we are already seeing on our WhatsApp groups, what other countries are doing. I mean, it's our first year doing this, but we are learning a lot from what other people, how passionate they are about, it's not just about how much money, how much commission can I make? It's just how much can I also do to give back to the community that I live in, into the suffering. What can I do to alleviate the suffering in my community? So that is really the power of the MDRT Foundation. And really this day is really special for me to have been given the opportunity to really make a contribution and assist, because it can really go a long way to assist people, not just here in South Africa, but around the world. So we are very thankful for that.
Yes, yes, great point, Flora. I just want to maybe share kind of a couple of the photos that's posted in our group. I don't know whether I will be able to share that, but just want to look at some of these great I must say that the same. I learned so much from the group and what they're doing around the world, and this is the exactly the power of MDRT, and where you actually have this global network, and so a lot of times we could be quite limited to like or thinking silos, but once we're connected to this world global community, and then we see what other people are doing, then we learn from them, and then we can say, wow, okay, so what can I do next time, or what can we do now to make it better, to make more awareness and all that. So that's certainly, if I look at I just want to find that photo I just downloaded. Let me see if I can share that. Okay, yeah, I think I can share that.
Okay.
So let me just have a look at that. Share the screen window. There we go. Yeah.
I can see it.
So if you look at this, I can't read all the language in the bottom, but you can see it's MDRT Thailand, and
Yes.
they have this great infographic about MDRT Day, and these beautiful members that they and they designed this so professionally, and about the initiative and to promote MDRT. And then I'm sure they have the Facebook. I think it's their time, but I think maybe it's already passed, because Thailand is a
It's
few hours
ahead.
ahead of us. But then I can see from there, it's maybe from 1 o'clock to 4:30, they also do like a live streaming, like what we're doing now. So yeah, and then they have something that's called like Unique Love. So yeah, I can't read all this Thai, but certainly you can see that the initiative done by the member from Thailand, and yeah, and I think what I learned from the WhatsApp the group is that there are people that actually do activities to raise fund. Like I saw there's one, I think it's from Latin America, doing like a auction and to sell things and raise money and then to donate. There are other people that do all kind of activities, which before I joined this fundraising team, I didn't know that these are the things we could have done, but we have learned, and I think that's a beautiful thing, is that if we didn't raise our hand to be a fundraiser, we wouldn't have known about this and wouldn't be part of this group within the MDRT group, to know about what they do, and we can learn from them, and then we can take the learning, and we can think about how we apply to South Africa and to Africa. And I think also it's important that we like in Africa, that's one thing I try to promote when I was at a leadership meeting last month, when I had the opportunity to be flown to Chicago, and then to be with about 30 other country chairs, and also with a global council to talk about the strategy about MDRT membership and all that. And I was putting the message forward for Africa, because that right now South Africa is the only African country that has a representation kind of on a committee level at MDRT. But I believe that Africa has got a huge potential. It's already growing quite fast in terms of the economy. It's also like the financial service sector and the life insurance industry is growing. It's taking off. So maybe Africa is the last frontier market in terms of the financial services. And I see that there are a lot of MDRT members in the rest of Africa. And I think that sooner or later there will be, I do hope there will be more member MCC at the other African countries. But I think for now, we would like to not just promote the South Africa, but also Africa in terms of our ability to contribute to these great causes in terms of a charity. But also that I think that if any of the African members in Africa, if they watch this, just also rest assured that you're also part of the community. If you have any charity you would like to support locally, and you definitely MDRT Foundation is here to support you and support the charity that you nominate, and then to make a difference in your local community.
Yeah, I
All right.
must say, Kevin, there was also a few people that have been in touch with me regarding from Africa, not just South Africa, from African
Right.
countries,
Yeah.
who wanted to find out more information about the Gives Day. So,
Okay, great.
There has been some response from people in other countries other than South
Yeah.
Africa who wanted more information on
Yeah.
what the Gives Day, what grants were, have been given. So I did provide some additional information, and I also channeled them to the MDRT Foundation's link so that they can look there for more information on that. So that
Right.
was really good news to hear from other MDRT members from around Africa.
No, that's great. Yeah, we are on this big continent, and there are so many countries in Africa, and we like to offer our assistance and help in any way we can. And we love to see MDRT growing stronger, and the work or like the good work of MDRT and the benefits really spread on the African continent. Okay, so that's I'm going to share this video now. This is also a powerful testimonial.
I met other parents.
Sorry, let me just get to the beginning of this video, and I just want to get to how we should be looking. Let's see now this one. Okay. Sorry, while I'm trying to play around and to see what's the best way. Okay. Yeah, so this, I'm just going to make it large or like a full screen so that the audience can see this in full view. All right, and let me just click the play button.
I was a new parent in 1998. And when I learned that my daughter was going blind, it seems like the world has become hopeless. And when Kara, my daughter, who was just 4 months old, very fortunately, I got linked up to Resources for the Blind. And it was only in 2002 I joined their workshop wherein I met other parents. And when I was in that workshop, I think it opened a new world to me. I saw the other parents in a much worse situation, but they were still happy and laughing. And since that time, we went into the advocacy together with my husband. And there we did a lot of organizational workshops with Resources for the Blind.
Well, it gives me such a great honor to be able to present to you for the benefit of the charity. Their grant application was in the top 3 of all grant applications that we have received. And the $1 Million Roundtable Foundation is pleased to provide a check in the amount of $50,000.
I just cannot tell you how excited and how happy. I really cannot imagine how this would excite Resources for the Blind. This is just such a big blessing. We are very honored to be part of this foundation. And we are very honored to be part of the MDRT.
Linda, you keep spreading that MDRT and MDRT Foundation love that you have. And thank you for representing the MDRT and the foundation so well. And God bless to your daughter and all the great work that you're doing for the other parents and for the organization.
Yeah, so that certainly is a powerful story, and show how MDRT made an impact in that organization. And what's really is so, her response, her excitement when she heard about this amount that was the grant, the grant that's going to be donated to this charity. Her excitement, oh, wow! I think it's just infectious to see that. But so happy, yeah, happy story to see, yeah.
Yeah, it's really from from sadness how it started with her daughter, and the
Yeah.
excitement of how she has managed to get this organization supported. It's really just it's also it's so overwhelming for me also just to watch her response and how what the contribution that was gonna make to that organization.
Yeah, yeah. I think that as we get involved with the MDRT Foundation, and then also involved with being part of the fundraising, and that also made us more aware of the charities that MDRT supports around the world. And maybe previously we very much focus on the charities or things happening in South Africa, but I think being a fundraiser and preparing for the event, and watching all these videos and listening to those testimonials, and how people in the suffering, or in the dilemma, and that MDRT is able to make a difference. But also the members, like if you were listening to that member in Philippines, and that she's been involved with that charity for many years. So it's not just like just all of a sudden this happens. So also I like to acknowledge, but also thank all the members around the world for whatever the charity work that you do to support. And I think that for all of us, that's it's quite personal in a way that speak to about the things that we care about, and we want to make an impact in our own way, and in our community.
I think, Kevin, the issue of of giving back is really talks really to your heart, to say that what, as much as you are busy, you've got all these
Yeah.
things that keeps you busy all day.
Yeah.
What impact or what contribution do you want to make to society? And that comes from the heart. There's no faking of this. It really must come from the heart. It must speak to you to say that
Yeah.
what difference do I want to make, and really go all out and do something about it.
Sure. I think that if I think about locally South Africa, that certainly unemployment is a huge problem. That I think that I do want to think about ways of helping in a certain way, because we know there's millions of people in South Africa that's without work, and I think work gives people dignity and also purpose in their life, and we and when you listen to the news, and when you see like young people in townships or where they are, they just don't have job, they don't have work, and they don't. There's nothing that keeps them that give them hope. Then I think that certainly we would like to do something, and how we do it. I think that I hope there are clever people out there that can create like a wonderful jobs opportunities for lots of people out there. I don't know. I see this problem. I'm not quite sure how whether I have the solution for that. But
Mm.
I think that that's just a message out there. Maybe someone like Elon Musk or Mark Shuttleworth, one of these billionaires and the people that have done well, and they have this kind of a way of solving big problem. And I think that's what we need in South Africa, because like if we can get more people employed, and and they have an income, and then that's how we can grow the economy and help more people in our country. Yeah, so okay, so I think now time now is about 10 to 1. And yeah, I think that we have been listening to some of the stories, and also locally, but also like globally. And yeah, it's been wonderful to share this time with you, Flora. And yeah, I think that I just want to see any messages coming through from WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
see
perfect.
any other messages. And I don't know whether you got any more emails coming through you about any donation. Wow, I got another one.
Wow,
Okay.
Kevin.
I just want to acknowledge Dudley. He's one of the members I met recently, and he made a donation. And I just like to acknowledge that. And thank you, Dudley, for your contribution. I really appreciate you supporting us and the foundation work. Yeah, and I just like to encourage again all the members that maybe you're busy, you haven't got time to have made the donation yet. And sometime later during the day, when you in between your meetings, your busy schedule, or maybe after your busy day, do find time and make that donation. And that really means a lot to us, to Flora and me. And whether you're using Flora's link in a WhatsApp member group to make donation, or my link, we appreciate that. So it's all goes to the foundation. It's all it's for the good cause. And for all the members out there, if you haven't nominated a charity that you like to support in the past, and again, I just like to spread the love and also the message from on behalf of MDRT Foundation. Or each member, you have the right and you have the privilege to actually nominate a charity that you care about, you support, and then you can just fill in the detail. You can go onto MDRT website and just search for the MDRT Foundation, and you'll find necessary the relevant page and the links where you can find out about how to go about nominating a charity that you like to support, and then how to, in terms of the paperwork that's required. Obviously, that you need to liaise with the charity so that they know that you want to nominate them as a charity to receive the grant, so that they can prepare themselves in terms of putting the letter, the message on the letterhead, and also provide the necessary information to MDRT Foundation for the grant committee to consider the nomination. So the opportunity is there, and I would just like to encourage all the members, if you are if that's where you have your heart in terms of the charity or the causes you like to you've been involved and you like to support, no matter what, then yeah, take that step, take the action, and make that happen. And I think that earlier this year, I think about was last month, Flora, that we did a video, we did an interview, and you went to the Sydney conference, and I think you shared about that again is Philippines litter
Yes.
of light. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that
Litter of
so,
Lights.
yeah, can you tell us more about again, tell us more about what they do and how much donation or grant they receive from MDRT.
Yes, it was the organization from the Philippines that really giving light to the people. So we related very much with the story in South Africa where we've got load shedding and all of that. So they were providing, lights that can be charged with solar. And then some of it, they are using the 2-liter bottles to actually make the lights from it. So it costs roughly about $20 to $30, I think, to make one. And then those things are actually rechargeable. So at the MDRT conference, they were then given awarded the $50,000 grant, which was going to go a long way to make a contribute to make more people have light in the Philippines, because they were saying they are more into the rural areas, so which is very much the rural areas that we can relate to in South Africa and the load shedding situation. So the Little of Light was really making a huge contribution in the Philippines with regards to that. So it was, and then MDRT members also had the opportunity to assist with making some of the lights while we were there at the conference.
Oh,
so making so that contribution physically.
You get the experience to DIY.
Yeah, so that was quite interesting and exciting for members to get involved from that point as well. Actually getting involved in fitting the lights and make it happen.
Talking about that, I think we spoke about whether we can bring that into South Africa. Do they have that kind of representative office here in South Africa?
I am not sure, but I think we can look on their website and connect with someone, because I think the main members were there. It was a couple that came together, so that got involved with this. So I'm sure we can reach out to them and see how who we can connect with locally. Yeah, I'm sure we can touch base with them from that point.
Yeah, I mean, with a load shedding situation, I mean, if anyone can build a kit for cheaply and just have lights, especially now, I listen on the radio and the Minister of Education is talking about load shedding and how that affects matriculants writing the exams. And then, we probably have, and also how they would study in the evening, because if they load shedding, how would they study for the exams? So certainly our thoughts are with all these matriculants, the learners that's writing the final year exam. But certainly, I think this is a great way of it could be a solution to many households that suffer from the load shedding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Flora, do you have any comments before we close? I think that we probably close on the dot at 1 o'clock, and it's been fun chatting about these the work we are doing today. And then there's still another 11 hours. I don't know what time you go to bed. But I certainly want to checking from time to time, just to see where we are in terms of the target, and also share with our South African members in terms of where we are in terms of our target. But again, thank you and, for all the members that make the donation today. And
Yeah, I think I don't want to check on it all the time, but we do get an email popping up. So I kind of you know what, I want to just keep on reaching out, so that I can check at the end of the day. So, but yeah, I think we just have to keep doing what we're doing, Kevin.
Yeah. All right. Let's hope for the best result for both of us, but for our team, because we're part of the Europe Africa team.
And Africa,
and we just let's hope for the best result for the day. All right.
Okay. All the best, man. All the best to you, and good luck. Yeah, we must keep going.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Flora, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.